Ready? Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, our Simplicity family. Welcome to a night of just simple pleasures. And we have a show that's waiting on you that you need to get pen and paper so you can take down good information and apply it. So God bless you. Thank you for joining Team Simplicity. Yes. I'm Angie B., your host, along with my co-host,
Angie Renee, Missy D, and
Taylor.
God bless each and every one of you. And we're blessed to have Connor as our producer again. And he is simply doing things in a spirit of excellence. And we just love it because, that's what God wants us to do. Do it all in good standing, have a good vibe about yourself. So it permeates outside of you. Well, some of you have tuned in FM 101.9 AM, thank you, AM 1450, FM 100.5. God bless you. Some of you might want to stream with us, wgnsradio.com, scroll on down, and we will meet you right there on these airwaves. And please, YouTube us, follow us, like us, share us, and watch again now and later. And that is youtube.com/at News Radio WGNS. And we also would like for you to call in or text, and that would be the phone number at 615-893-1450. And that is 893-1450. Well, God bless you, and we thank you for tuning in once again. If anybody hasn't told you, we will, that God loves you,
yes,
and so do we.
Yes,
and it's nothing like having God's love, and once you know that we want you to simplify your life, and that's only saying that, hey, live in the purpose of God because he has a plan for your life, and then live in that purpose and walk it out, and when you walk out that purpose, then he will give you supernatural peace that passes all understanding, and see, the enemy can't even bother you. Oh, I love that. And then he'll give you the passion to do it. It'll just make it look so simple, smooth, and easy, and lemon smooth and breezy. And everybody be scratching their head like, how did they do that? Nobody but God. Nobody. And so that's why we want you to just simplify your life each and every day. And how can you do that? You ask yourself that question. What will it take for me to simplify my life? And according to Matthew 6:33, put God first.
That's right.
And all things will come. He will add all things as needed. I promise you it's working because it's working. It is working for me. Notice I said working. ING means it's continuously. You don't just arrive and stop. God doesn't act. He doesn't work like that. That's just not his MO. So God bless each and every one of you. And Taylor Hill, would you please tell our audience how they can be in further contact with us?
Absolutely. You guys can follow us on Facebook, Simplicity Sunday. On WGNS. You can follow us on Instagram and TikTok at Simplicity Radio, and you can even listen to us later on all of your favorite streaming platforms: Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube, iHeart, and Amazon Music. Just search Simplicity Sunday.
Thank you, Taylor. And we have a dynamic person in the studio with us at Simplicity's desk, and she is everything. She is our PR and director, and she is our show manager, along with Taylor as being our manager and director of our social media. And when I say moving up,
bless God.
Watch God bless us out of this world. Come on with it.
Come on now. See.
Okay, now. All right, Andrew Renee, take it from here. God bless you.
All right, about tonight's show topic and our guest.
Yes.
Our show tonight is a two-part segment as part of our For the Community series and is entitled Game Changers. Our special guests tonight are Eric Murray of Class 101 for the first segment, and then the second segment we will welcome Luis Mata. All right, and Eric.
Did we give Eric a drum roll?
Oh, yeah.
Well, welcome to the Simplicity Desk.
Welcome.
Thank you so much.
Eric Murray is an alumnus of Florida A&M University. Listen.
In the house.
where he received his Bachelor of Science degrees in psychology and philosophy. Later, he attended graduate school at Spertus College and received his Master of Science degree in Human Service Administration. Eric is currently studying to receive his PhD in Public Administration. That's awesome.
Yes.
Woo. Mr. Murray is a member of Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity Incorporated, and he is the advisor for the Kappa Xi undergraduate chapter at Middle Tennessee State University.
Come on, say it right.
Be clear. Eric currently works at Motlow State Community College as the program manager for adult initiatives. Eric also owns and operates Class 101, a college planning program that specializes in helping high school students select their major and college of choice to support their dreams while also making college affordable for their parents. Again, welcome to the Simplicity Desk, Eric Murray.
Thank you so
Yes.
much.
All right.
Thanks for having me.
Awesome. So we want to get right on into it. Again, like Angie B said, get pen and paper. If you have high school students, if you have middle school students, go ahead and start planning early. You're going to want to get this information. And then after the show, you're going to want to share it with other people who may have missed. All right. So tell us why Class 101 is a game changer.
Well, first of all, thank you all for having me. It feels like home a little bit. I used to do this show years ago when Ron Washington had this show in this same space. And so Sunday nights on the radio, WGNS is kind of home for me. So thank you all for having me.
The beat goes on. That's what it was.
Yeah. That's it. And the beat goes on.
Hey.
Oh, who got a veteran in here? He's not new to this.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, he's true to this.
Yeah.
Eric tried to do his debut.
Yeah, so I'm originally from Chicago. I've been in Murfreesboro for 19 years, almost 20 years now. Growed up. Did I say that right? I grew up my kids.
That's all right.
Still growing them up.
Yes.
Yeah. And you know, they all went to Riverdale High School.
Woo, all hail.
That's okay.
Ain't no. Two of my sons went to MTSU.
All right.
My daughter started off at Xavier College, and then my last son, he graduated from Lipscomb University.
That's awesome.
I got two grandbabies. I was just running around with them today.
Wow.
So that's just me being a human. That's just who I am. But Class 101 is really what I'm here talking about today. How is that a game changer?
Yes.
So here in Murfreesboro, a lot of people know when I say college planning, a lot of people don't understand exactly what college planning is. We understand ACT prep, right?
Right.
ACT prep. So you know, students that go through school and then they thinking about going to college and then now we got to get this ACT score, right? And a lot of times with the ACT score, it's kind of hard to prep for. It's kind of hard to really study for it. But we do have an ACT prep course, but ACT prep is just one part of college planning.
Right.
So in Class 101, we have 10 services that we deal with. I won't tell them all, but it's from college visits, making the college list, helping to do their majors. ACT prep is also in that. We also will do resume writing, essay writing, prep, the FAFSA.
Yes.
Anybody ever
You
heard?
need some money to go to school.
First of all, anybody heard of FAFSA?
Oh, yes, indeed.
Is there an age limit on the people that you help do the FAFSA?
That's a really good question. We can talk about that because I have been asking people. People have been asking me about graduate school and graduate school prep, so we might talk about that. But right now, it's about high schoolers.
Okay.
High schoolers, and then scholarships, helping students and parents to get scholarships and apply for those scholarships, and then also transitioning into college. So college planning is not just like I was saying, it's not just ACT prep where you're gonna prep for a couple of months, but it's a multi-year process. Because when you think about it, schools. So myself, I'll tell my story a little bit. I went to Florida A&M, yes, but I went there on a whim. My best friend was going there, and so since my best friend was going there, I decided to apply to go there. I'd never been to Florida A&M. I thought Florida A&M was going to be on the water. Tallahassee is nowhere near any water. I thought I'm from Chicago, right? So I thought Florida was going to be beaches and suns and all that.
Yeah.
When I got down there, it was red dirt, flying
You got to go to the right
cockroaches.
areas. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Flying
it's gutter
flying
from,
cock-
yeah.
yeah, and then
Cockroaches.
flying cockroaches,
flying.
flying cockroaches,
yeah.
and it was the South, right?
Yeah.
I didn't realize I had never visited, and so although it was a great choice, I just didn't know everything that I needed to know. Right when I got down there, my financial aid wasn't all the way together. My mom didn't know, but by the grace of God,
Hey.
I went to school, finished school, paid for school, and I still had probably still got a little debt that I still got to pay for, right? But I didn't necessarily know. So now what we want to do now is, especially here in the Middle Tennessee area, we have a great university that is here.
Yes.
Okay, I don't know if I can say but I'm gonna say Middle Tennessee State. I didn't go there, so Middle Tennessee State University is here. But you also have Vanderbilt that's here. You have Belmont that is in the area.
Right.
TSU.
That's in the area. Tennessee Tech,
Yes.
UTK have several good
UT
programs.
Martin.
UT Martin,
yeah.
UT Chat, right? And those are like 3 hours, away.
Yes, right.
Central
Right.
here,
Right.
yeah.
University of the South, Swanee. You have Berry College, that is in North Georgia, and so all these different colleges, our students have they have choices to go, but students needs to know what's going to be a best fit for them.
Absolutely.
And so
Right.
you want to go and visit those colleges, and when you go and visit those colleges, you also want to go and talk to the program that maybe you're going to major in, but students need to know what they're going to major in. So how I kind of started this journey, like she said, I work at Montlow State Community College, and working there, helping students to pick their majors, helping students to pick their colleges. Pick their classes for college. I realized that they're not necessarily prepared.
Absolutely. Yeah,
and
that's
it's not necessarily a bad thing, but they just don't know. You don't know what you don't know.
Right.
Yeah.
So they're coming in and they're asking these different questions. I'm asking them questions and they just don't know. And I came across a couple of students that may have a 3.6 on the GPA and 28s on the ACT, and then coming to Motlow, still a good thing, but they had other options that they just didn't know about. So just figuring that out, and then to help students to kind of figure out and navigate their way onto it. So navigate their way through college, and so it can help the parents also, because of the affordability, right? So MTSU, I was just at a meeting with Dr. McPhee and the entrance admissions department. MTSU is doing a phenomenal job with making college affordable for our students right here. But one thing they need is what? Well, two things really. They need an ACT score, but they also need GPA. Right?
Yes.
And so GPA is very important. So if they have a certain GPA and a certain ACT, MTSU is making it real affordable for our students here. But GPA starts the freshman year of high school.
And that GPA just simply means grade
point average. Yeah. For all 4 years.
Yes.
So you can't wait till senior year to say, okay, I'm gonna start getting
Oh,
good
wow.
grades.
Too late.
No, you got to get good grades from the beginning part of it. And so having that having a GPA, having the ACT, but kind of knowing where you want to go, so you have a goal that you're reaching towards. Sometimes we just start off school and we're just going through school and don't necessarily have a goal. But no, we're gonna have a goal, and we can help students to reach those goals semester by semester, year by year.
And that's why, Eric, I think it's very important for parents, students to start early.
Start early.
Like you said, and then steer them in a direction, because sometimes they look like they're just walking around like a deer staring in the headlights. Because we go to school, some people, and now children are not necessarily aiming to go to a college or a
Yeah.
4-year university. So it is very good that you're here and giving us this information. And parents, please take advantage, because sometimes your children need you as a guide, because they know that you're not
100%.
100%. And Andrew, Renee,
100%.
you know that because that's what you all did, you and Sean, for your children. But to have that knowledge base
Yeah.
is everything. And just like you said, when you were going and your parents didn't know and you didn't know, and like you said, if you don't know, you just don't know.
just don't know,
I went there at MTSU, and then my grant money wasn't in just yet. I stood in line and I said, oh Lord, do I get out of line? And then the Lord just kept telling me, stay here, stand in line. Because you really don't know,
know.
some of those things but when you start early, that takes some of that worry out of it.
Yeah, and a lot of times with that FAFSA, so school starts in August, right? But you can't wait till August to do the FAFSA, right?
No, it's too late.
It is too late.
Because the money
the money not gonna be there.
Yeah.
So FAFSA season is gonna start up in October. Anybody know about
Yes.
FAFSA? That
Right
FAFSA changed last year.
It sure
and
did.
So
Yes.
and so it was a whole lot of problems with FAFSA last year. So now normally the season starts in October.
October 1st.
Right, but this year is going to be out December 1st. So write that down. December the FAFSA is going to be out for next year for 25, 26. FAFSA is going to be out next year, December the 1st. Okay, and we're going to be ready to turn that information in on within the month of December.
Okay.
Right, we want to be on time. We want to have it in before January. So,
Right, and
so,
that's
so,
just
the
federal student aid.
yeah,
Because-
federal, right, and that's a whole nother. If you need talk on FAFSA, we can talk about that, because that's a whole
Another show.
hour
Really?
talk about FAFSA.
It's so
But
needed,
but
though.
you
Yes, it
but
is.
but
It's probably gonna get you
to start the financial aid process or the scholarship process, you need to turn in a FAFSA for any, even if you're not eligible for the Pell Grant. But
Yes.
Okay.
Turn it in anyway.
You want to turn it in anyway, and then the school can see if there's any other scholarships that are out there that you may need. But you want to start early, just like application season. So like now, application season for seniors that's going to graduate in 2025 is open now, right? Next week, September 26th, MTSU. I know I'm plugging MTSU. That's all right. That's all right. 'Cause
Come
it's
on,
a great
Dr.
school.
Great
I know.
school. It's a great school.
The application, this free application week is next week, September the 16th through the 22nd. So if you're thinking about going to MTSU, you want to turn in your application in next week, and that $25 fee is going to be waived for you. And then any other schools, you want to go ahead and get your applications in now, because one, there's merit-based scholarships that are out there that schools give, and then early decisions. The schools have early decisions, and so they give out scholarship based on how soon you turn those applications in. So application season starts now, but even before application season, students need to have a resume. So one of the major things that we want our students to do is to be involved. You want to be involved in school. I heard Pastor McCarroll was up here earlier. Shout out to First Baptist Church and the greatest church on this side
All
of
right,
heaven.
now let me plug you.
Period.
The greatest pastor this
Love
side of
it,
heaven.
love it.
I'm just saying. But there's several groups and there's several things that you can do inside of your church or just in the community. Most definitely in the school.
Right.
DECA Club, Beta Club, SGA, even if you're on the football team.
Be well-rounded.
You those schools want to see that you are well-rounded. So
Active.
active, right?
That's right.
And so with the Tennessee Promise, I'm kind of jumping around a little bit, but with Tennessee Promise with Tennessee Promise, you have to do community service hours, right? So that's a whole nother program we'll talk about later. But even if you're not even going for the Tennessee Promise, which every child in the state of Tennessee should be eligible, should do an application for Tennessee Promise, because that's a fallback on.
That's right.
But you need to, those 8 hours of community service is what all students need to do. And then, of course, if you're doing more than those 8 hours, it's going to look good on your resume.
Yes.
It's going to look good when you're going to the Berry colleges or the UTKs or the Vanderbilt is in a whole nother world by itself, really. But when you're going for those type of scholarships, you want to have as much on your resume, but not just that I'm a part of the Beta Club or the DECA Club, but I was the secretary,
Yeah,
the
hold office.
president,
Hold office,
the president. So you not only know what it means to be in the club, but how to operate the
Right.
club,
Show leadership.
and show leadership. Yeah.
And another thing, even in showing leadership, sometimes students are not aware of what they can be involved in.
Yeah.
Outside of just sports.
Yeah.
And you feel like, well, there's nothing for me, but yes, it is. Eric, tell our audience, how can they get in contact with you? Because I know this is just a snippet
Yeah.
of what you are
yeah.
about.
So
lot of
I'm on Facebook, Class 101 Murfreesboro. I'm on Instagram, Class 101 Murfreesboro. But most definitely, you can send me an email, Murray, EMURRY at class101.com.
Say that again.
EMURRY at class101.com. All right, so you can email me, or you can pick up the phone and call 615-549-0781. Once again, 615
I know that's right.
549-0781. And then you have the trusty website, class101.com /Murfreesboro TN.
All right.
class101.com /Murfreesboro TN. When you go to the website, there's a link that you can set up an appointment. The best thing to do, as you all can see, is a lot of information. But on that website, you can schedule an appointment where we can sit down and talk. The best thing to do is have the student and the parent there together. We can talk about what I like to do is put together an action plan for parents.
Yes.
Because yes, I want to go to Florida A&M. Right, I had a friend that went to Hampton. I had another friend that went to Illinois. My brother went to Illinois State. He went, but I love my brother. He went to Illinois State. I had a friend that went to the Navy. So everybody has a different plan, right? And so what I do is, once we sit down, we'll do individual consultation, really an action plan per student. And then we could do one-on-one sessions for that student, because you want to have an individualized plan.
Absolutely.
For each child. Each child. Yep.
You will go in with such confidence,
Yeah.
because it's just being prepared.
So I don't know. So that's one of the X factors, right? As I was working with my first senior, she's actually at MTSU right now. Hey, Hope. She graduated from Stewart's Creek High School in May. She's at MTSU now, studying education, right? And so meeting with Hope, and Hope meeting with her parents, and her parents say, hey, April and Juan, they would say, well, Hope, we want Hope to do this, and we want Hope to do that. And Hope, one time I'm sitting there looking at Hope, and I could see it in her face. She had something to say, but she was scared to say it, right? She was scared to say it, and I said, "Well, say what you got to say." The tear came down, but she spoke. She said, "No, this is what I want to do, and this is where I want to go, and this is da 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 da." And then her mom and dad, all they could do was say, "Okay."
And that was her purpose.
And now she found her voice with me working with her.
Very good.
What she wanted to do, because one of the things that we do on the second meeting when I meet with each child, we do a DISC assessment, which is a personality assessment. And so in that personality assessment, students, we find ways, the best way to talk to students, best way to communicate with students, but then what would be a good major for them? What would be a good career for them? And so it begins to help them to figure out who they are, right? And what their voice is. And but working with Hope, she found her voice. And now she's doing great. She's actually has a 4-point. I'm not. Don't start. She has a full ride at MTSU.
Okay, prophesy that.
Hey, listen, speak.
Right. Well, but she could.
Come on.
But she hasn't had a grade yet, so now I'm saying a 4.0. But she but because this is her first semester.
Yes.
But she was able to get a full scholarship through a program out there for teachers. So there's a teachers program out there that Rutherford County,
teacher
they're
prep.
looking for teachers. And if you use the program, however many years you use the program, however many years you got to work for Rutherford County schools. But my thought is, shoot, if you got to work for Rutherford County schools for 4 years, shoot, you got a job for 4 years.
Yeah, that's
Okay,
yeah.
sure
Look
do.
at God, won't He do it?
Yeah.
Yes, he will.
So
yes, he
so,
will.
so yeah, so
Free to
and,
you.
and the good part about that program is because Hope was in the game, Hope found the program.
Yes.
And she said, Mr. Murray, I got da 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 da. Let's go.
Now, is Hope doing early education, elementary education, or she's doing higher education?
I think she's doing earlier education.
Oh, cool.
But what she wants to do is, according to Hope, she wants to teach, but she also wants to do theater and music.
Oh, hook her up with me.
So she wants to teach music, music and theater in theatrical music, something
Yes,
like
yes,
that.
yes,
I'm
yes.
probably ain't saying it right.
Yeah, something
Yeah,
with
yeah.
drama.
Yes,
Yeah,
yeah.
Yeah, that's drama. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So she put together a full program for kids over the summer.
Absolutely
And that she had like
good.
Oh, she's
so she
already getting started.
Yeah, so that's one of the things that we promote is a separator.
Yeah.
So yes, you're gonna do community service. Yes, we're gonna work at DECA and we're gonna do those certain things, but we can help you to create a program that's gonna be strictly for you, that you start and you finish, and that you could put your name on it and say, this is what I did and I did for my
Wow.
community.
Yes,
So
yes.
and as we say, it separates. It separates you from the pack.
Yeah.
But seeing
That's
that this is a Christian show, I'm just gonna go ahead and go there. Is you're just gonna sanctify yourself.
Come on
Period.
with
Come
it.
on,
Because setting
Now.
apart
That's right.
is sanctification,
Yes,
right?
it
You're
is.
setting yourself away from the pack and
That's
something that's
right.
just you that God has for you. So,
And tell
we
Hope,
step ahead.
we're going to tell Hope, that she can come to my classroom
Okay.
anytime.
Okay, yeah.
Because I would like to get her
Connection.
hands-on
Yeah.
activity with the children. A lot of times, people who are in education, they wait until the end of their educational process to say, well, now it's time to go. And I think they're changing that a little bit because I really believe you need to know up front of, can I really handle these children? And do you have the love to handle the children?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
And the
yes.
patience.
And the
Right.
patience.
So many,
yeah.
so many people get into teaching,
Yeah.
and they're missing those essentials
Yes.
that
Yes.
would make them a good teacher.
And set them apart.
And
That's
set them-
right.
So it's the job shadowing, and I promote that you need to do job shadowing internship from the first time you go into
Absolutely.
Yeah.
going to school,
Just in
because
case you change your mind.
exactly what you just said, and you can change your mind. It's okay to change your mind.
That is true.
It is okay. It is okay to change. But if you find a purpose and a calling early,
I like that you do that, because you give them an opportunity to decide early, and not when they're a junior. Oh, I don't want to do this, and they've wasted years. Now they got to play catch up.
Yeah.
You've essentially, I was gonna ask what sets Class 101 apart, but you have explained that.
Yeah.
You offer programs and opportunities that similar programs do not offer, and I like that you do encourage parents to get involved, because there are so many students out here trying to figure it out on their own,
Yeah.
and they need their parents' support.
yeah.
Allow the children to make the decisions, but let them know that you support
And the
them.
parents are. We need the parents there that's going to support them.
That's so good.
But then also allow the students to make
Have
their own
voice,
decisions.
choices,
Yeah,
yeah.
but at the same time, steer them in their choices. Or say, okay, well, this is your choice, but this may be consequences, right?
Yes.
Or you may end up here if you do this, but give them a chance.
Yes.
And-
Set
and-
those boundaries,
Yeah.
guidelines, and give them,
Yeah.
that room to
Yeah.
to make
And
decisions.
the major
I
issue
love
too is that we're going to make it affordable.
yes,
Yeah.
For
That's
for
great.
make college affordable as much as possible. So just on the average, college is going to be what? You got kids in college, right? You got right, exactly. College is going to be about what? Let's just say, I'm gonna say $60,000 to $80,000 a year. That's on the low ball.
You're about right.
That's on the low ball.
That's more than most people make in a year. Oh my God.
And that's still over 4 years now, right?
Oh, okay.
That's still over 4 years. That's still over 4 years, but that's still a lot of money.
That's a good chunk of change.
And so it's an investment.
Yeah, it is.
And
Big time.
not only is it $60,000 to $80,000, and especially if you go into those other schools, it's $120,000.
Oh, absolutely.
Right.
Yeah,
That's
out-of-state costs
that's
and all.
that's 4 years of your life of time, right? So it's a big investment. So
Yes.
one, we can plan for that time, but also plan for the money aspect of it, the money aspect of it. Yeah. And then you can see.
Oh, do you find that kids that come through your program have a higher success rate when they get to college and that they stay in the program, or because they're better prepared, they know what they're getting into?
So full transparency, I've been doing Class 101 for about 2 years.
Okay.
Hope is my first student that's in college.
Oh,
And
okay.
So for my office, I can't answer that. But Class 101 they have affiliates all over the United States.
Oh, okay.
And then a shout out to Karen Feemster in Franklin, because there's a Class 101 in Franklin that is very successful. And so what we find is that if students do the DIS assessment, yes, they are much more prepared for school, because not only are they've kind of figured out what they may be good at in school or career wise, but then they're also choosing their way through that, and they're making those decisions. So yes, I was gonna throw out a number, but I'm just not gonna make up a number. There's a number out there. I think it's about 70%. But if y'all call me next week, I most definitely will have that number. But most definitely, yes, because students are thinking about it and they're exploring it. Because students say, I say, what you want to major in? I don't know. Well, Google is your friend.
Sure.
And
is.
then what do you
Yes, it is.
like?
What
you know?
do you like?
What interests you?
What interests you, right?
Yeah.
So if it interests you, Google. Go ask the question to Google. Google gonna ask, and if you drawn to that you like helping people, you wanna change you have an impact on your community, and that's what because that's how I chose psychology and philosophy. Philosophy chose me, but anyway, but I chose psychology chose me because I wanted to have an impact of people in my community, and so that's what drove me to do psychology. But engineering, medicine, nursing, and I'm gonna say right now, you want to do nursing, go on up to the hospital. If you don't like blood and guts, don't do nursing. Just because the money is there, don't do nursing. And
I like that point that you just said. And most people, I know a friend of mine years ago wanted to go into education, and everybody was saying because very, very intelligent academically, but he wanted education, but people talked him into going into engineering, and he didn't last because that wasn't his interest. So you don't choose something because the money is there.
That's right.
You do it, money will come to you.
Money will come.
So
And even
do what you like
even
doing.
in education, yes, you can. Teachers, they teach Monday through Friday, 7 to 3.
Tell
right?
me.
No,
No, it's not 7 to 3.
No, 7 to 4.
It's just it's your starting time, because a good teacher thinks about that student all through the day, night. What can I do to better their outcome and and make them successful? So it's never an ending time. You just have to stop.
You have to stop.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but you're in the building at that point in
Now I
time.
agree with that.
Right.
Yes.
In the building. But there's also education consulting
Yes.
that could be done. Students, teachers could go and talk at conferences, or teachers could go and sell candles or real estate or
do financial planning,
or do a radio show, right? Right? Or do a podcast, right? Or somebody might even find the time to do hair or something. But you can. But there's
many facets.
There's
of it.
many facets of
Yes.
it, and if you are really a teacher and like to have the heart for teaching, man, when you teaching, it's gonna come out, and you're gonna enjoy yourself, and the money is gonna continue to come. And then also too, you get a higher degree. The more that the years that you have under your belt, your pay begins to go up. And that's the kind of information too our students need to know. Yeah, there's a base pay, but then after years go, then the money begins to grow. But then there's a 401k or a pension, however that goes, that you save up for, and all of that. The days off, you get spring break off, you get fall break off, and all that. But those also are particulars in other different areas, in different careers, right? That so of course we want the big bucks that we're gonna do, but there's other careers that you can have that may not pay as much at first, but as long as you budget your money and do things
And
on
budget is
because the other thing is you how much you make is not it. It's how much you spend.
And
So that's a whole nother
That's a whole nother show.
Yeah.
And Eric, I will speak from personal experience. When I did become a teacher, going to education, that was not my desire because money was one of the issues. I said they do not make a lot of money, but I'm here to now stand still and say that when you're in the plan and the purpose of God, God will provide.
Yes, he will.
Won't he?
Yes, he will. Yes, he will.
If you
Amen.
had one final thing to say about Class 101, what would it be to our viewers?
What I would say is you want to start early. You want to start early. Early engagement is a game changer. You don't want to wait until the last minute. You want to start now. That's basically it. The other thing is too, I do have a program for middle schoolers. It's called High School Prep.
And
That's good.
So we look at mindfulness. We look at setting goals, how to communicate with your teachers, how to write an email.
Yes.
I wish I would have had that.
Yes, right.
could
And
still use
then how to set smart goals.
Yes.
So your goals for
Yes.
your grades and goals for your for what you're gonna do while you at high school. And one of the biggest students that I'm really looking for are my band students. I'm looking for band students and band students, and that's because they may not. Football, baseball players, they got a whole lot of practice time, but my band students, and they're very intelligent and they have a little bit more time, but they also that music helps to cultivate their brains, and they be really good. They're really good students also.
Yeah, everybody has an
Awesome.
intelligence.
So any band
Different
any band
educational
teachers
talent.
out there, contact me. I would love to come and talk to you. I do free seminars to so I can come out to schools and do a free seminar.
Oh, that's good.
How to make college affordable.
Great.
Can you give our listeners your email as we wrap up segment number 1 of tonight's show? Not email, I'm sorry, the website again so that they can write that down.
class101.com /Murfreesboro TN. class101.com /Murfreesboro TN. And the 101 are numbers. 101. Kind of how it's on my shirt.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, we thank you so much for coming and
Yes.
presenting
No,
Class
seriously, thank
101.
you.
That was awesome.
Great. Thank you.
Yeah,
Excellent.
we do appreciate that. And thank you for being just a great person.
Yes.
And
yes.
having a
Eric
heart for it,
Murray.
yes.
Yes.
With Game
yes.
Changers. Be a game
Yes.
changer and change the trajectory of your life and your children's life and anybody who you love.
Absolutely. Absolutely. While we switch out our guests for segment 2, we have a few announcements. All right. Want to sow a seed into Simplicity Radio so that we can continue to do greater things through this ministry? You can donate via Cash App at $Simplicity with Angie. Again, that's $Simplicity with Angie, ANGIE. Or you can email us at teamsimplicityradio@yahoo.com for additional information. Sending happy birthday greetings to my dad,
Yay!
David Young. Happy birthday, Dad!
Happy birthday.
His birthday is actually on Wednesday, but since we won't be on the show on Wednesday, just want to send him a shout out for September 18th. So happy birthday. All right, Journal Junkies. Woo! Team Simplicity Radio is pleased to announce the start of our Journal Junkies Club. Journal Junkies will be a gathering where we will come together to heal from those things we do not talk about through writing. Our first gathering will be held on Saturday, October 19th from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. at the 615 District Restaurant in Murfreesboro. Grab your favorite journal, your favorite pen, and join us for fun, fellowship, and restoration.
Yes.
About next week's show. Join Team Simplicity next Sunday for a conversation in our Social Justice Sunday series on Talk Topic, DEI, Why It Still Matters, with special guest Dr. Aaron Treadwell, history professor at Middle Tennessee State University. We will see you then for that engaging conversation. Now back to tonight's topic and our new guest, Game Changers. All right, Luis Mata is running for the Tennessee State House of Representatives in District 49, covering parts of Laverne, Smyrna, and Murfreesboro.
I like it.
Yes. For more than a decade, Luis has spent his career fighting for a Tennessee where everyone has what they need to thrive. As a proud naturalized U.S. citizen, Luis is committed to building a better future for the community that has given him so much. With a degree from the University of Tennessee, a background in community service, and bipartisan policy advocacy experience, Luis has a proven track record of delivering for Tennesseans, and he's ready to get to work on day one at the state capitol. Welcome, Luis Mata, to the Simplicity Desk.
Thank you for having me. Thank you.
You're so welcome.
So, let's just jump right on in.
Let's do it. I'm so ready. Let's do it. Thank you.
So if you are elected, what are your top 2 to 3 priorities for your term in office?
I love the question, and I think that, as we started the campaign, we were looking at, okay, what's our messaging going to look like? What are the policy priorities right now? What is, what are we saying, across the state, across the country, and that is not how we do things around here, right? The way that we are operating and the way that we are amplifying a message, sharing our story, is based on the needs and the wants of the community of District 49. The best way and the way that we are making that happen is, and I'm proud that this is how our campaign is operating, is that we are meeting people where they're at, but you hear a lot of people say that, right? Oh, well, we have to meet voters where they're at. But what does that actually mean? We are meeting people where it matters most, at their doorstep, every single day. Today we were out there. Tomorrow we're going to be out there. And these next 52 days is the same. And that's what we've been doing since the beginning of this campaign, is going up to people and asking them, what do you care about? What are the issues that are most important to you? Right? And based on what we heard from community members, from all walks of life, all backgrounds, whatever on the political spectrum, it always came back to the same thing: affordability. Being able to live and work safely, affordably, and with dignity in our community.
That's good.
Time and time again.
That's very good.
So, the top priorities that we have are, number one, how can we make living here more affordably so people don't have to leave here, right? What we see in this district, it's unique because it is right outside of the Nashville area, right? So people are moving here. But now more and more people are having to be forced out, right? And so it's making the community more affordable, right? Lowering costs, eliminating the grocery tax.
Ooh, come on.
And then,
That'll hit everybody.
eliminating the grocery tax. And then,
yes, that's awesome.
number 2 is infrastructure, right? What are we doing about infrastructure? A lot of working families, the reality for so many of us, a lot of folks are having to drive into Nashville or further deeper into Murfreesboro, wherever it may be. We're using I-24 as the main corridor, and we all know how that is, right? The parking lot that is I-24.
Awful.
And so right now, there's this initiative to incorporate what we're called, quote, choice lanes, right? In other words, toll lanes on I-24.
You said toll
lanes.
lanes?
Yeah. There's this
They're
new
in talks
plan.
with
There's
a cost.
They're called choice lanes. They're called choice
You just have
lanes.
to pay to drive in.
You got to pay to drive them. We do not see that as a solution.
So similar to like an express lane, basically.
Exactly right.
Okay.
Exactly right. There's a lot of meaningful action. We have the resources. We have
the political tools. We just need that political will and real leadership to deliver meaningful action and meaningful solutions to the issues of infrastructure that we're facing in the community. That's two. Number three is our education. Our education, you know, it's making sure that our public schools are fully funded. That our teachers are treated with the dignity and respect that they deserve, so that our students have what they need to get ahead and to have the quality public education. That I'm a proud product of our public schools.
Me
right?
too.
Same here.
Like so many of us, and
Successful.
exactly, and it's making sure that our public schools have what they need. Right now, you know, Rutherford County schools are great. It's a great system, but our schools are underfunded, and that is leading.
Yes, they are.
That is leading to schools being overcrowded. You know, and that is just shameful. It's a lack of leadership, and we need to take action on that now.
Yeah, especially with our Murfreesboro itself growing at such an exponential rate. You would think that that would be one of the things that we are like, we need to food, space. How are we going to attack it and make it better for our people?
That's exactly right. We are one of the, if not the fastest, one of the fastest growing counties in the entire state, and we need to make sure that our investment is matching that growth.
Even at the national level,
I was gonna say,
Murfreesboro
we
made,
were like the top
they were in
three,
the
I think.
top.
Yeah.
So that's how fast, because you're right, people are being, I hate to say squeezed out of Nashville, but that's what's happening,
Definitely.
and they're moving to Rutherford County.
Oh yeah. Yeah, we see that time and time again, and here's the thing, you know, we knew this was going to happen 10, 15, 20 years ago, right? We had to have been thinking proactively back then. I don't believe in coulda, shoulda, woulda. Now is the second best time to be preparing. So
Absolutely.
I like that. Now is the time.
So when you began your run for being a representative, what was your why? What made you feel like this is something that you wanted to do and you knew that you could make that change for people?
So, you know, I have been, as so many Tennesseans, as so many working families, have been directly impacted by our state laws, right? Specifically, you know, again, lack of being able to have the health care that we needed growing up in a single, growing up by a single immigrant mother, right? Making sure that we were able to have the health care that we needed and being able to put food on the table, right? And all of that is comes directly from our state laws, right? And as, you know, a naturalized U.S. citizen, I'm a proud U.S. citizen, and I recognize the privilege that comes with that, right? And as was said, right, I wanted to give back to the community, to the state that has given me so much. I've been here for the past 25 years, and I'm able to be here. You know, my mom's favorite thing, she says it all the time, everyone has heard it, it takes a village.
Yes, it does.
Yes,
It takes
it
a
does.
village, and we live by that quote, and we have lived by that motto, and that is, you know, taking that and flipping it and saying it, you know, how can I give back to the state, to the community that's given me so much? And when I became a U.S. citizen, it was, you know, a no-brainer. It was, you know, let's go up there. I had the almost 10 years of working in this field, in policy advocacy, bipartisan policy advocacy, and yeah, just seeing that there was a lot of progress that could be made, a lot of potential for our communities, and seeing how our communities and families, mothers, were truly suffering as a result of inaction from our state legislature. And I said, I will not be a bystander. I will not sit idly by. Let's run for office.
Yeah, be the difference.
I love
And
that.
then while you're running for
like
office, how can people support you?
Yes, ma'am. So, you know, we are, as I mentioned, out there every single day, right? We believe in that model of, you know, going back to the basics, saying, hey, shaking hands, talking to people. What do you care about? But the thing is, I can't talk to every single voter in the district. So we you know, we absolutely invite people to come be a part of having those conversations with us, coming out, door knocking with us, making calls, and just building those real authentic relationships and connections with people. You know, also contributing to the campaign as well. You know, but yeah, just being a part of this with us, being a part of this, you know, movement for progress that we're trying to build here in Rutherford County, hosting house parties, whatever it may be, but just, and that's what I really we pride ourselves with our campaign of making sure that, we know that democracy works best when all of us can truly participate. And we really make that a foundation of our campaign, whether you have been politically active your entire life, or if you're just now 18 and are able to vote, or if you've just been disengaged, right? We say this is can be a political home for you to be a part of this with us. Because at the end of the day, there is so much at stake in this election, and so many of us just don't have the luxury to sit this one out.
The luxury to sit it out. Now, virtually, they can give by...
our website, our social media, it is all Vote Luis Mata, voteluismata.com. Our social media handles are at voteluismata.com. I also love giving out, every time that we talk to people, I give my personal phone number out. I truly believe that, our job is titled state representative, right? We are representatives of the people, right? Of the people. We are accountable to the people and only the people, not big corporations, what have you. And that starts by making sure that the people have your phone number on speed dial, right? At the very minimum.
Wow.
Yeah.
You're available.
Yes.
Yeah, so they can feel heard.
Remaining true to your commitment when elected.
That's
that is going to
exactly
be,
right.
the stance where you remain the state representative for the people, and a lot of time people may get there and have a switch. But you seem so grounded in what you are saying, because you come from the roots of saying, my mom, we had difficult times, but we made it through.
Right.
I came through the public school and I'm successful. Now I want, other people to be successful. So I feel the
very authentic.
Very
Thank you.
authentic call that you have on your life. So District 49.
Yes, ma'am.
Again, and that
Yes,
is LUISMATA. That's just a teacher in me, because people can spell it different.
Yes, ma'am.
So if they're going to contribute, they need to
That's
make sure
right.
they have it right.
Yeah, absolutely.
LUISMATA.com. Vote Louis. Did you say Louise?
Luis, yes, ma'am.
Yeah,
Yes,
Louis
ma'am.
Mata. See, Louis, most people would put LOUISE. I mean, IS, but we wanted to get it correct. Vote LUIS Mata. I like how you said it. How did you say it?
Luis Mata. There we go.
Oh,
There we go.
Mata. Did that roll with that
Mata.
T. I like that. MATA.com. So please, ladies and gentlemen, let's support our democracy. And democracy is having people in a government that is doing the good for all people.
Yeah.
Of all people, doing the good for all
I
people.
love that you're letting us build that trust with you, and you're being the face of your campaign, of course, because you're running, but you are going out and doing the hard hitting, like in the streets, coming to people. You can call me if you have a problem. We'd love to talk it
That's
out.
big.
Like, I love that, because you don't see that.
Absolutely.
You don't really see that as often. It's more
Right.
so social media campaigns and videos and promos and things like that. But
Yeah.
you speak for yourself and your energy and your hominess. I don't know if that's a word or not, but
You just made it one.
yeah, like your
I love it.
hominess, like
I love
it's like
Yeah.
it's really
Down to
overpowering.
earth.
And
Yeah,
I love
yeah,
it.
that's the word. Yeah.
Thank you. And that's been a huge thing that we have seen when we are having those conversations. A lot of people are telling us, y'all are the first campaign that's ever come to my doorstep. You're the first campaign that I've actually seen, and not just a political ad, or a mail piece or whatever. You like in the flesh. You're the first person.
People want to
Yes.
know that you care.
Right, that's
Yeah.
the
That's
base
right.
of humanity.
Yes.
Yeah.
Just showing that you
Right.
care, showing people
Yes.
that they matter, and making a difference.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
Awesome. That is really
Yes,
awesome.
that's awesome.
So I'm glad you decided to take on this great responsibility, and we hope that the best is yet to come.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you all. Thank you for
Yes,
what you're doing and
absolutely.
for this opportunity to be here with you all today.
Oh, thank you.
Such a pleasure.
Quick side note, y'all can't see this, but like on the outside of his mic, it's the same color as his pin, and so is his headphones.
Oh, get out of here.
wow. Oh, really?
It's teal blue.
The teal.
It's teal blue.
I just want to point that out because it's like there's no coincidences, and so
No, there not.
look how that was intentionally put. Like, ooh, love that.
Wow.
love
Look
that.
at that.
Awesome.
Well, Angie.
We're not out of talk, but we are out of time. And this is what I really hate to come to. But until we get our own, we have to do what we are blessed to do.
That's right.
And we want to thank everybody for being here. We want to
Yes.
thank Eric Murray. We want to thank
Yes.
Louise.
Mata.
Mata.
yeah.
Mata. I like that. Mata.
Yeah. Sounds like
she
My
be a
tongue
drink
is
or
so
something.
thick. It's almost But we want to thank you for being here as well.
Yes,
God
absolutely.
bless you. Simplify your life
Yes.
each and every day. And we want to tell our co-hosts and everybody, I love you. We're the
you
best
too.
team ever.
Absolutely.
You guys.
Yes, and our guests, it is a pleasure to have you at the Simplicity Desk,
Yes.
both you and,
And
Eric,
Eric.
Murray. God bless you.
God bless you.
And have a good night.
Good night. We love you.
Good night.
Bye.